All right. Good evening and welcome. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and we are together on a Sunday evening, which means that we are going to take in a little bit of dungeons and maybe even some dragons. Joining me are these amazing players in our rotating cast of characters for Waterdeep Dragon Heist. This is episode 10, the penultimate episode. Last session, the party managed to get their hands on the Stone of Golor, or the key to the Vault of Dragons, where allegedly a previous open lord of Waterdeep had embezzled 500,000 gold coins away from the people of Waterdeep. Unfortunately, the wall remained a wall instead of a door until a particular recitation took place, which is where we're going to pick up tonight. Before we do that, we should go around the table, introduce ourselves, where we might find ourselves if we're the sort of people to be on the internets, and who we're playing tonight. Before we do that, I do realize that Polymorph did roll a 19 stealth, but as the Dungeon Master, I get to assign the CR to all creatures, and as such, I'm assigning myself a creature, I don't care what it is, with a passive perception of 23. Which means I did notice that resub, and I thank you so much for your ongoing support. But as you were trying to be stealthy, I won't make a big fuss beyond that, except to say thank you. On that note, we'll make a round of the table. And then we need an icebreaker question tonight. And seeing as we are starting late because I was driving my teenager to their, I'd like to make a bite attack. You're welcome to try. You're welcome to try. My teenager to the after party as they have concluded their run of Newsies. Ironic commentary available in the Discord. What musical would their character want to be in? Now, come on, we've all been, we all did it in high school. We all went to them in college when our friends were in them. There's got to be one that your character can resonate with.
I have to pick one.
Well, we do want to play at some point tonight. So just kind of bear that in mind as you run down the list of likely things that Chrysanthemum would cue in on. And we're going to go around the table backwards because I'm going to pick on Greybeard first.
All right, Greybeard of Greybeard's Tavern, and tonight I'll be playing Clarton Kishop, and he's a arcane archer, because he's, in black and purple, and his musical that he would be in would be the Marvel musical in the Hawkeye series that was just out. For some reason that would be the thing. And you can find me on the Twitters and whatnot, and Greybeard's Tavern. That's me, Chibi.
I adore that they gave us the entire rendition of I Could Do It All Day as the after credit teaser on Hawkeye the series.
I was sitting there going, I would so go see that.
Yes. Yes. That's absolutely it. Okay, we'll take it over to Arwen.
I'm actually going to see a musical this week, so I'm excited for that. First one since the pandemic. I'm Arwen, and I'm playing Chrysanthemum Coriolis, halfling cleric. And oh gosh, there's so many that come to mind, but one that jumps out would probably be something rotten, because there's just like there's a lot of trickery, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of hijinks. It's got a little bit of everything. There's some romance, there's some questionable humor, there's just a little bit of everything in there. Kind of a good hodgepodge.
Solid. We'll go over here to Malik.
Hey, I'm Paul, aka Malik. You can find me on Twitter as linked in the stream chat. Drewmere Greyblade, who I am playing. I'm not sure if he would be so interested in it, but we're gonna try and see if it makes sense. But he'd like to be in a rendition of Rent. Rent is about a bunch of people trying to avoid paying rent and talking about how having a job is being a scumbag and how being a starving artist is the most noble thing in the world. Also, everyone has AIDS and like half the characters die.
Gee, spoilers.
I mean, that may or may not be true. I actually never saw it, but I heard a pretty fantastic takedown. And I know I have part of the song like lodged into my head because I was working at the movie theater when the movie version of Rent came out. So as an usher, I had to hear that too many times. It might have left me with a biased opinion on it, but as I understand it, the musical is kind of interesting if you take an actual look at it. But I also got to give a shout out to Evil Dead the musical, because that was a blast to see.
West Side Story with the knives dance. Okay, that's legit. That's a
That'd be a good one too.
We'll see if we just tip somebody's hand as we come around to Ari.
I am Akio Eri. I'm playing as Sharkira, the Dark Elf Wizard. You can find me on Twitch Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm actually not terribly familiar with musicals, but one of my favorites is Hamilton, and I feel like Sharkira would definitely want to be in Hamilton.
I feel like there's not many people who would turn down a chance to be in Hamilton.
No, I think, that's definitely her speed, and she wants to be all over the place. So perfect for her.
The significant other and the house elves here are going to a production of Hamilton late summer, with hopefully with predicted models, COVID will be much less then.
Yeah, we will also take a moment to acknowledge the chat comment that Jonathan Goff is not just so good, he's too good. He's a little too good for the part, and is known for when he performs on stage. There is a known fact that the first 3 rows are known as the splash zone, and that's just part of musical theater. It's like, it happens. You got to keep these things wet, or you hurt them. So much fun. So okay, our recap, I kind of gave the very, very short version. I don't know how much more we want to add to it. This group has been through the Troll Skull Irregulars have been through multiple events and adventures. They've traveled near and far. They've acquired a tavern. They have de-ghostified said tavern. They have put themselves somewhat indirectly on the course of tracking down this fabled Vault of Dragons, where Lord Neverember allegedly has hidden away 500,000 gold coins for the opportunity to come back to get later, perhaps. And let's see, the last time we met, the party was able to find their way into the actual entrance. It was hidden inside the crypt of Neverember's wife's family. In a little bit of trickery-ish, they managed to convince Raynar Neverember to join them so they could get past the tree ants guarding it. And we left off with the acknowledgement that there needed to be a recitation of the poem What Hath Brought Tears and Laughter to the Lady of the House. A poem that Rainier himself cannot recall the title of, only the name of the poet, Wilhelm the Candid.
I love it.
Trust me, it will make sense.
I await with bated breath. And speaking of bated breath, that's a segue. No, but if I remember correctly, he was a deceased poet, but had been interred with his works, if I'm remembering. And that it was not in this cemetery, but in a different one.
Yes, one down in a lower part of town. There's a downside to being a candid poet. You don't make a ton of money at it.
Yeah.
Or me. That was an accident. I touched a button.
So yeah, if we have the name and we have the location, is Rainier coming with us, or does he want to sit this one out and then meet us back there once we, because we do need him to get back in? Probably.
Well, we could figure out, there might be ways of getting around. We were talking, I think last time, about seeing if there was a way to get around needing him to come back in.
Yeah.
I
straightforward plan might be to be like, yeah, we'll come back here, tomorrow morning, because I think it was nighttime, because he had hooked up with a very forward dwarven woman, I think was what was going on there. You could say, yeah, we can meet back up here tomorrow morning. We'll just do a bit of grave robbing. We'll be on our way. It would seem. And then we just like show up and be like, yeah, no, we were here with the guy. Can we go through? And if the Ent's like, sure, we'll be like, sweet. Sorry, Rainier.
Are we having this conversation with Rainier?
No.
No.
Okay.
This is out of character. This is
a deciding how to move forward.
Okay, because I'm like, Rainier has opinions about being left out at this point.
Yeah. Although, it wouldn't be hard to track us down. I was going to say the only problem with owning property is that people know where to find you, but 500,000 dragons might cause a man to rethink his priorities.
I hear Chult is nice. Just saying.
I'm sure Am is nice this time of year.
Taking advantage of our slight pause in the out-of-character debate about how to proceed tonight, we will take a moment to welcome Kid Lee and all of his raiders. Thank you for bringing everybody over here. You arriving literally at the nick of time. The party is now debating the course they're going to take to go procure a famous poem written by Wilhelm the Candid, which allegedly brought both laughter and tears to Dagult Neverember's wife, and is the last key to the fabled Vault of Dragons, the contents of which are said to be 500,000 gold coins. So turning things back over to the players, what is your plan?
I mean, is there a... Well, yeah, I don't know.
So we got to get this poet. So we either have to discover... I was going to say we have to get the poem, right? And then we have to recite it in front of the stone. So we either need to rob his grave by, because he was interred with his works, and then just go through them one at a time until we find the right one. Or Rainier said Rainier would probably recognize it. Otherwise, maybe his collected works are somewhere. It maybe doesn't have to resort to grave robbery. It usually does, but it might not this time.
Grave robbing for the greater good, all about it.
For our greater good. We're literally robbing one grave so that we can rob another grave. Although, to be fair, the second grave was filled with funds as robbed from the people of Waterdeep. So, how much robbery is it really at this point?
Right.
Not that I've paid taxes, but you know what I mean.
Definitely get that money to return to the people of Waterdeep.
Sure. So, what do you guys think? Outside of grave robbery, is there any other ways that we can piece together to collect the poem in question, of which we don't know its name or contents?
I'm just thinking it feels so weird to have the family member of the person you're robbing helping you rob their own, that just feels weird. I'm like, this is a weird situation.
It really is.
We're essentially asking him to help us rob his family.
There was a persuasion check with a natural 20, if memory serves.
There was.
Just saying.
Plus, that's his inheritance. He, by all rights, he should have that. Or at least some of it, maybe.
Martin raises a finger and then...
My thinking is just that he's like, is he going to say, this is mine? Like, why do you get any of it?
We did all the hard work for one.
Costs.
Technically, legally, it's probably all his, but the funds were obtained illegally, so there's a bit of wiggle room.
This is true.
Now, you do know an attorney. You could call up the tiefling that wrote up the paperwork that transferred ownership of the of Trollskull to you, and you could consult on her. She will be happily. You gotten her name around town. She only charges a 45% commission for consultation on financial matters.
45%. That's
Hmm.
pretty
Hmm.
generous to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that is an option.
Yeah.
Is there a poets guild? Clarton says.
Maybe. Would we know of a guild of poetry, a writers guild, if you will?
Oh yes, you have the Lyrics Guild, you have the Fantasy Guild for stories of fiction. You have the Historians Guild. You have the Iambic Pentameter exclusive membership society. You also have the Iambic Pentameter is overrated and thus should be smashed from all literature counter society.
Wow.
Although it's hard to figure out where they're going to meet because they're a little bit exclusive about who gets into either one.
Let's skip those last two.
Yeah.
A little bit of spice going on in the writing guilds. I mean, if there's no drama in writing, what's the point of it?
Mhm.
So we could inquire around, see if we can find out more about his body of work, and then, go to his body and take his work.
I think the second option is more expedient.
Certainly. We are talking about a lot of money here. Yeah, why don't we could case that place? We could do some research. What do you guys think?
I think that sounds solid. I mean, we're probably not going to want to sneak anywhere during the daytime. So we might as well take this. I mean, we're in the middle of or getting close to the end of one night. We could take a day and try and get some information before sneaking anywhere.
Having a plan is always better than having no plan. But it is, just had hit twilight. So if we find an opportunity.
That's true. I wasn't sure how late it was.
If I remember correctly, we arrived at the public cemetery just before it closed.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Right. So should we? What do you guys want to do? Maybe do we want to go research or do we want to go case?
Let's do some casing first, especially if it's getting dark.
Sounds good to me.
Do some sneaking around.
Yeah. So let's see if we can't figure out based on the Rainier's directions or his description of which cemetery it's in, where that is, whether it's open, what it looks like, and where this particular grave is.
Yeah. And are we sending Rainier back to his encounter and pulling because we kind of pulled him right in the middle of something.
That's
I
right.
don't know
He
that
did
he's
have to
gonna
get
wanna-
back relatively
Yeah,
quickly.
I don't think he's good, but we could say we could pull we'll handle it from here and meet back here tomorrow morning or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. There we go.
All right.
So onwards to the second cemetery.
You
Yep.
make your way through the snows of Waterdeep. Once again, the night is overcast, which makes it a little easier for travel. It's not quite as bitter cold, but there's that constant light snowfall that just keeps slowly layering inch upon inch on every surface it can find. It takes a while to make your way down the road through the various slush and sludge. The main thoroughfares are still mostly clear before you find yourselves in front of another cemetery. A placard posts no trespassing under pain of death.
Seems pretty intense.
That's yeah.
Okay.
That
Well.
seems like overkill.
This cemetery is supernaturally protected. You have been warned.
Ooh.
Operating hours are dawn to dusk. Please clean up after yourselves. Flowers may be purchased at, and it gives an address.
Well, how late?
Grave wreaths are discouraged.
What time was it or what time is it now?
It's well into the night.
Ah, okay.
Drewmere takes a look at the rest of them and goes, I mean, that seems pretty intense, but it's not like we would exactly open this thing during the day. They might take issue. Unless we could
Yeah.
get some sort of official document saying that we had permission to exhume the body. Or, one that looked like one.
There's a thought.
I like that idea.
Do
Above
we
board,
have
but
any?
also
Come back and go track down a bureaucrat to get you some paperwork.
Maybe. Is there like a... Oh, I was going to say, like, I wonder if they have a office where they would keep such documents that have already been yada yada, but probably not. Then we just bust in and take a eyeball at one of them and make a copy. But then we wouldn't be breaking into the, grave site. We'd be breaking into the cemetery, which is still probably supernaturally protected.
Well, hopefully that site doesn't have a on pain of death clause in there.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering.
Right.
I love how there's so many things you have faced down without so much spitting eyelash, but you're freaking out over a sign.
Awful neutral.
I feel like if Liz were here, she'd be going, well, how do we know that sign is telling the truth?
I'll give you a freebie as the DM. The sign is not a mimic.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's always a good possibility to rule out.
You can never really tell with mimics.
That's a freebie.
Alternatively, how strong you feeling with the faith tonight, Chris Vantham?
I mean, I'm always feeling pretty optimistic.
Luck is on your side, or
Luck
at least
is on my side.
paying attention.
Yeah.
You could always take snow and pack it on the sign. What sign?
What sign? What sign where? Is there like, can you hear or see anything? Like, are there like spectral figures roaming around that can be seen or heard, or is it just quiet?
As far as you can tell, it's just quiet. Do you want to roll me a perception check?
Sure, I'll roll a perception check.
You're always welcome to roll. Dirty 20.
That's pretty good.
Woo!
As you kind of peer through the bits of snow coming down in the darkness, you don't see anything walking around or patrolling. It's kind of in
The
a
supernatural are not always known for their visual corpality.
Yeah. It's in kind of a forgotten part of town to begin with.
Maybe it's more of a threat just to keep people away.
Could be. I mean, we could always just make a run for it and try it. Do we know where? Do we know where the grave is though? Because that might pose a problem in the dark. Because if we're just reading gravestones, well, I can't read gravestones in the dark.
How big a place is it too? I mean,
This
if
is
it's
also a good
rolling
question.
hills and thousands of graves.
No, it's like the size of a mid-sized warehouse.
Mm.
In fact, as you
okay.
peer in, you notice a little sign that reads, "Once home to the South through East Shipping Company warehouse, reclaimed by the city," gives a year, "due to inability to guarantee exorcisation of free spirits.
Mm, mm.
And
Please
there,
enjoy this combination graveyard green space." And then there's the Waterdeep Deeds and Titles logo at the bottom.
that's fantastic.
That could have been us, you guys.
Oh
That could have
man.
been our home.
That's a bit of a throwback, but hey.
Well,
Oh, I appreciate
also
a good callback.
horrible foreshadowing. This could be our
I
home.
mean,
Yeah, that's GB, not Clarton.
Schrodinger shadowing. Is it fore or back?
Well, what do you guys want to do? Should we break in, or should we find a bureaucratic route, or
We could try breaking in, and then if it doesn't work, run like heck, and then try the other way.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Now, the good news is breaking in, piece of cake.
Not well locked, this one.
It's not. It's open.
Oh,
I don't know that that's good news because usually that means they're not worried about people breaking in. Why lock the door?
well,
Yeah.
why don't we make our way around? Those of us with dark sight try to find some rhyme or reason to this, to these graves, and locate our dude.
And
So I think
those
just
of-
Ari and I.
I was gonna say, what do you want us of those who are, sight impaired, dark vision
Lookout.
impaired?
I'm not
All right.
the only one today.
All right, yep.
Yay!
It's tough being human.
And halfling.
But you get through. Are you breaking out the torches then, or the lamp to kind of see your way?
I would say that it might make sense for Ari and I to just find our way forward, and for Chrysanthemum and
Clarton.
Clarton, thank you. Clarton to stand lookout for better or for worse. That way, at least we're not revealing ourselves with light.
That works. Do you want to work out like a signal if you get in trouble?
Sure.
Like a odd something you can. Well, I guess you could always just yell help.
Yeah, I mean,
could bet it's from you.
if you want to give me like the sound of a crow or something like that, if someone is approaching or something.
Sound the crow. That work. Crows are not nocturnal, right?
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not.
That
Most
works,
of my
yeah.
life is spent underground, so
Okay.
we don't have many birds.
So we're gonna send. Let me get this. We're sending the dwarf and the dark elf off alone to make appropriate, inconspicuous bird sounds if they see anything.
Only if they get into trouble and need backup.
Well,
Deep crows sound the same as regular crows, right?
if we need backup though, and neither one of them can see, how are they gonna back us up?
Well, if you get in trouble, like I'm going in with a light.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're in trouble, cover's blown, there's not really any point to sneaking around anymore. I can just
Oh, do I?
cast light and
If you
start
want, you
running
could cast
forward.
light on a coin, and I could like put it in my pocket.
I could do. What's the range on light? I don't know if it has to stay within a certain range of me.
I don't think it's that complicated.
Okay.
Otherwise, I could use minor
that
illusion
works.
to point an arrow down or something.
Yeah, and why don't we keep said coin light? Because we have to go through a space that we won't be able to see to get to the space we want to see. So if he neon arrows, we'll use your coin light to get to the place.
Perfect.
Okay. That
It's
sounds
all coming together.
Is it though?
I mean, no.
good. Something's coming together. I don't know.
We got to
what,
do
but-
something.
Something's happening. What it is? Who
Something's
knows? Let's see. I mean, really quick, in case we have a combat, let me update Clarton's hit points to be 36.
I mean, there's probably no need for that.
Thinking
I'm sure.
positively.
I'm sure there won't
It'll be
be.
fine. It'll be
I'm
fine.
sure it won't be a problem. Just double checking my paperwork. You make your way into the grave sites, and you pass a collection of headstones, a couple of trees that have looked like they've been transplanted and were really, really upset at having to move. You kind of find your way around a few other places. There's another tree that seems to be dying out of protest to its new location. And as you go deeper into it, you start to see more and more mausoleums. Which, again, not a huge grave site, but they're making maximum use of space. And in front of one of those mausoleums, you can make out a collection of names that have been chiseled in. The tops are fairly faded and worn. As you work your way down, you can see where the craftsmanship shows a more recent entry. And there's about third name from the bottom. It reads, Wilhelm the Candid, Poet Laureate.
Hey, here he is.
Hey, that was easy.
All right, let's find our way in. Maybe this will be quick.
Uh-huh.
Or should we get the rest of the party?
Oh, no, you're welcome to go ahead. What could possibly go wrong? I'll just pop the map out there. And we will put on a Sharkira. Boink. And a Drumir. Boink. And then I will quickly boom, boom, boom. There you are. You make your way down. There's a kind of a gathering space. There in the center, there's a table, like a bed that someone could lay in state on. It's freshly cleaned and well maintained. There's a hallway that goes off to the south from your position and passageways on either side.
I would like to see if I can hear anything in here. Theoretically, there should be nothing in here but us. But it's always good to check.
Always some kind of shenanigans for sure.
Ooh, a natural 20, 22.
When you came
Sad
down,
that-
when you came down the stairs, the storm, there was no real storm. It was just steady snowfall, the overcast, a rather warm night for winter. But as you stand here, you can hear the whistle of the wind passing through the space. And it actually starts to remind you of that sound right before one of your siblings pushed you down a cavern in the dark when you were but a wee dwarf. It was a terrifying experience.
I'm getting a bit of a chill up my spine.
Yes. But that horrible moment, that sound triggered that immediate, like, oh my gosh. And there's a moment where Shakira will notice where Jameer stops and does like a look around like, I'm okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it would be a good idea to bring the cleric in here.
I'm good with that, just considering where we physically are and what's around us.
Yeah,
That's the way you think, yeah.
This is starting to feel like a real bad idea. And,
I mean, we found we did what we wanted to do in the dark, and now that we're
Right.
here,
now we can lead. Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
we can lead him here, and then people won't see us, and then that was the reason why. Right. Yes. Like trying to like convince himself, like, yes, there is a sound reason. We're back in reality. Logic is good.
everything's fine.
I'll translate Jameer
Yes.
into chat. I believe that is what Jameer is attempting to say in his own particular way. Yeah.
So why don't we go return to our friends and bring them back here? Lead them here by the hand if necessary, being as they have terrible night vision.
And that overcast sky is not helping a ton.
That overcast sky is not helping at all, is it? Let's go retrieve them, shall we?
Let's go.
You make your way back to them, bring them forward. You work your way back as described. The tree looks sadder the second time you pass it.
I'd rather it be a sad tree than a violent one. So
That is fair.
Yes.
That
this
is
is
very
certainly an
fair.
upgrade.
Read about many a
None of the
terrifying
trees
tree.
attack you. So that
That's
is
good.
a slight change from your last
Yeah.
time in a graveyard.
Bit of an improvement. Yeah.
Okay, and you make your way back down again. And again, as you come down the stairs, you can hear that weird whistling, howling sound in the darkness. So we'll put everybody up here. I love Owlbear Rodeo.
Mm.
This thing is the bomb. Boing.
Say, Chrysanthemum, why don't you go first? I mean,
Okay.
Timora will probably guide you directly there, and then we can spend as little time as possible in this wonderful stone.
So have I been shining a light, or is like somebody holding my hand and leading me?
I mean, once we get to tomb space here,
Okay.
light would be good.
Okay.
I think so.
I will cast light on my holy symbol. And sure, I'll take the lead.
As you light up your holy symbol and start to shine it around to look around, you can see at the end of the hallway to the south is a statue. It's a figure in black robes. The hood covers most of its face, and a noose hangs around its neck as it stands with welcoming, outstretched arms.
Is there any kind of like religious iconography about anything that I could recognize?
Sure, roll me a religion check. Think. See, the truth is, I always ask for checks when I don't know what's going on, so that by the time that gives me time while they search their character sheet for some kind of an answer.
Classic.
Yeah, that's what you do. It looks very reminiscent of some of the spirits of the dead that are meant to act as a ferryman or a guide. They're meant to welcome you into death as a natural part of the cycle. They are not traditionally evil as much
Neutral
as
dead stuff.
Yeah, the very neutral dead style of guardian, a very Sharon-esque kind of character. So, and I will pause in our description there to thank Esteki for the gift to the community. You did not have to do that, but that is a very kind gesture of 5 gift subs. Thank you so much for that tonight.
Wow.
That means a lot to us here, and it helps keeps the lights on and the dice rolling, and all kinds of other fun stuff that we do. So Micmac and Pew Pew and Van Guilty and Dark Goose, enjoy all of your new emotes, and please use them wildly. Spread the love of Grokeru and Kaylee's shiny smile.
I used the new shiny in I forget whose stream I was in, but like he got so excited. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that one!" It was very popular.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the work the guy did on it. There's a lot of back and forth, communication wise, to get that to turn out, but we love it.
Awesome.
Anyway, so there's that spirit down there, the Sharon type character that's welcoming you into death.
Is the noose a secondary thought, or is it part of the statue?
It's part of the statue. It's actually.
Oh, okay. Whew, okay.
It's actually part of the robes and everything.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Bit morbid, but here we are. So
I would be
makes
more
a certain
scared
amount
if
of
it was
sense.
an afterthought.
Yeah. You also notice that hanging off of its belt are several holy items of various clerics and other gods. And in the one hand, it's holding in its outstretched hands a mark of the city watch. It's holding a badge of the watch in its other hand.
Huh.
Interesting. What is this right here in the middle, like in front of us?
That would be the center of the room.
Yeah.
That would be the bed or table that someone could lay in state on.
Okay.
So it seems as though the ritual would be to bring someone down here, let people come, pay their respects, say their goodbyes, and then move the body deeper into this little crypt for internment.
Okay. Seems fairly straightforward. So I'm just like moving with my little light pendant around, just looking. Are there any side doorways or cupboards or anything?
You got passageway there, passageways on either side, the hallway that extends, and there's little like nooks off of that.
Okay.
And then all the way down.
So nothing that looks immediately dangerous. Where do you guys want to go?
We're good. Let's do this.
you got that.
Okay.
He is
Stick
ready.
together. Let's go.
So we're just exploring at this point, right?
Where would you like to
Yeah,
have
we
Okay.
I think
we know he's in here, but we don't know where.
Okay. And we don't know, do we have anything hard, like any hard object or anything we're looking for? Or we're just looking around to see what we can find?
We're hoping to find his. He was.
Like a
Rainier
book
said
or
that-
some, like a book of poetry or something?
Rainier said that he was interred with his body of work,
Okay.
his all of his like poetry and such, and that we could find it here.
Okay. Well,
If we have that, we can read through them and see if Rainier can remember which one, and or Stone will respond to one, and get paid.
okay. Well, I'm gonna, if I had a coin, I would flip it to go left or right.
Can you roll a d4?
I could roll a d4.
Evens and odds.
There's also, forward.
There is forward. Yeah,
So d6 and then round down.
that's complicated. Okay.
I got skulls or booty. So
Okay.
skulls is right.
There you go.
Booty left.
Hey. Oh.
All right.
Your left.
Oh.
Well, I'll take it. Yeah. Flip a coin and toss up a prayer to Timora. And there we go.
All right, you start to head there. Chrysanthemum's in the front. And you peer around the corner and see a hallway that extends some distance down. There are doors, each marked with a green plaque. Probably at one time was of metal that has become tarnished with age. As you start down that, Drumir will notice something floating up the hallway towards the party.
Great.
Here we go.
I'm haunted in my mage game. I'm haunted in this game.
Hmm.
And as he glances back at it, it's like the statue is coming down the hall towards you, floating on that same eerie sound.
Go, there's something coming. And I start to push people down the hallway they're going towards.
Sharkira at one time remembers a terrible event when she was visiting with family as she was studying. They were in a part of the Underdark where things were very tight and contained, and a fire had broken out in an apothecary, which had sent the family scrambling, which is the first thing she thinks of as she hears that cackle of fire in the distance.
I'm hauling butt through the door to get away from whatever's happening behind me. Because nope, all the nose.
You're just pushing your way through?
Yep.
Is Drumir the only one who sees it at this point?
I would say at this point, yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Shakira just runs because she hears the sound that popping of a distant fire. And she's like, coming through.
It's either that or I'm gonna start shooting flames at God knows what.
Mhm.
So we're going.
I think it's interesting that your first response was in the down the hallway, not out the door.
Oh, we're here for a
Here,
reason.
let's
Still
do
want
it.
to look around. I mean, I
Okay,
kinda have
that's
my head-
fair. That's
head
fair.
on still, but
But yeah, trying to push everyone down the hallway and find my way there.
Is there anything in here like? Are there torches? Like, obviously not lit, but anything that could be used as a torch?
Not left behind. It's been very well maintained, actually.
They're
Recently
not
cleaned.
Okay. Okay. I should have grabbed a stick or something on the way in.
If you say something, I'll just hand you a torch out of my pack.
That works. Anybody got a torch?
You need it lit?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
He snaps at it and it lights.
Okay.
Drumir is
We have a
nervously
torch.
glancing back towards the hallway.
Is there a door to the passageway or just an open?
It's just an open passageway.
Okay.
Whoop.
Why is it there now?
no.
Oh, okay.
As you get the torch up and lit, you turn and look over Sharkira's shoulder, and you watch as this spectral figure comes out of the wall to block the passageway down. There are no scheduled visitations tonight.
We were hoping to beat the crowds.
Whom are you here to pay respects to?
Wilhelm the Candid?
No one pays respects to Wilhelm the Candid.
We're friends
Whom
of
are you
the.
here to pay respects to?
Oh, what's the name of the family?
The Neverembers? Or
We're
the wife's name?
we're friends of the Neverember family.
The Neverember family never pays respects to Wilhelm the Candid or others.
Well, they don't themselves because, rich people, but we're here to do it on their behalf.
And doesn't he deserve it then? If no one does, can we be the first?
Exactly.
I sense cross motives. Why are you here?
We're looking for Lady Neverember's favorite poem. We heard that it brought her great joy and we wanted to hear it.
Wilhelm the Candid's poems brought no one joy. I cannot imagine why you would want to hear it. And roll me your deception check, please.
Okay.
I mean, what could go wrong?
I mean, what could go wrong? What's the worst that could happen?
She could roll a 10.
It was almost a 20.
I mean, could have rolled a 1. That could have been worse, I
It
guess.
could have been
But
a 1.
Could
This
have
is
been a
true.
I
one.
mean, it's super early into the night, but it might be a good time to pop one of those rerolls.
Do we want to use a reroll on that?
Yeah.
I think it might be worth it.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't stop you.
I feel like your tone is hinting of other things to come, though.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Dance, dance.
Bobby's got it.
Bobby's
Yay,
got
Bobby.
it. Bobby's,
Bobby.
Bobby's forcing a
Bobby.
reroll. You
Yay,
don't get to
Bobby.
decide. You have to now.
Now it's happening.
That goes on cooldown for a little
Oh.
while. Oh.
Woo!
Woo! Bobby
I was
saves
gonna say
the
with our luck, it'd probably be worse, but
Bless
I
you.
see I was wrong. Fortunately,
No, the worst
Sad.
was Wednesday night when Pond rolled an 8 and then action surged to roll an 8 and then said, screw it, I'm burning a reroll and rolled
an 8.
an 8.
Oh.
It was
That's
the
just
most.
adding
It
insult
was
to
the most
injury.
8 that could an 8. The 8est 8 that could 8.
It was like an 8.
But that's like stream fame moment, though. That like goes down in history. That one time Pond rolled an 8.
Sponsored by Ocho. Whatever happened to him?
Roll brought to you by the number 8.
That works all the time. Indeed. I see. The spirit kind of considers your countenance. I see that you feel you have purpose here. We will let you stay without consuming your souls.
We appreciate it.
However, you will have to return in a fortnight at scheduled visitation times.
That's fair.
What?
Or else? I think like Drewmere is just like pale white.
Well, is it telling us that we have to, that like we can't stay now, we have to come back later? Or is that you have to come back whether I let you stay now or not?
You cannot remain, for we are closed to visitation. But I will recognize you upon your I recognize everyone. And it starts to float away. and then pauses. Is your business pressing?
We were hoping to get it done as soon as possible so that we could share this wonderful work with others.
Fine. You may stay and pay your respects.
Thank you.
However,
Okay.
I'll ask you quickly and simply. If I am holding a bee, what do I have in my eye?
What? Drumir is absolutely confounded.
Chrysanthemum's average intelligence is like, I know this is a riddle.
Words, mouth.
I mean, between Arya and I, we both have a pretty decent intelligence, if I'm remembering correctly. We might be able to piece it together, but... Right, so let me actually think.
I'm trying.
I have a bee,
Yeah.
what's in my eye? If I have a bee in my hand, what's in
He watches everyone kind of pauses. I will repeat again. If I am holding a bee, what do I have in my eye?
Say that one more time.
If I am holding a bee, what do I have in my eye?
Is it?
bee? Because I am holding a bee?
Well, because you're saying holding and be, it's making me think beholder, but
That'd be a clever play on words, but...
it could be. I don't know.
Paul has no
Beauty?
idea what this is, actually.
Is it beauty? He's asking everybody
Oh.
else before final answer.
Arwen is not good at riddles either, so your guess.
We get multiple guesses. Oh,
This is where I pause the game and I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
Google. Frickin'.
Oh, we give it a
B.I.
college
po-
try first, usually. But
Hmm.
I am holding a bee. What do I have in my eye?
I mean,
Say in my hand. If I have a bee in my...
yeah. And then if he means eye, he's got a stinger in his eye, or his self. Was my thinking. You know, he's got a bee in his hand. It definitely is going to sting him.
In my
And if
eye.
he
So it's
is
eye as in
I-
the person, not as in
Right.
ocular vision
Right.
orb. I mean, we could try to play it off, be like tears, because clearly you got stung.
You would have tears.
So tears, beauty, stinger. Those are our choices. German 3.
Because
American.
they always come in threes.
Personally, if I were playing a video game, I'd say like the stinger. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's as good an answer as I can come up with, or that you came up with that I would agree with.
Somebody, Clarton, Greybeard, roll me Clarton's intelligence.
Oh yeah, that's a good. No, that's bad. Oops. Oh yeah, you got to go up to the roll. Gotcha. Woohoo!
I mean, when you
You've
got
said
it, you
the right
got it.
answer. You've said the right answer.
Natty 20.
You said the right answer quite early on the Tales of Ari's Thoughts.
And I wish my memory wasn't trash.
The answer's also been given in the chat.
Everybody.
I was like, wait, what?
I mean,
It's beauty because I'm not looking at chat. I don't want to look because beauty in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I see it. Yeah, there it is.
okay.
The
There it
ghost,
is.
the ghost floats back. Oh, good. This will be entertaining.
Oh.
Say my name, and I vanish for a time. What am I?
Silence?
I love all those whispers, I guess.
Silence.
Mm-hmm. Say my name and I vanish for a time.
I like that one. I'm pretty confident about that.
Okay, say it.
Silence?
As with all good things, you must answer a third.
Doing all right. Man, it is so weird that we can see through him.
If you have me, you want to share me. But if you share me, you don't have me. What am I?
Pretty sure that's a secret.
Oh.
That one sounds familiar.
I was going to go for loneliness, but I like secret way better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's my vote
confident
for yeah.
Final answer.
I'm pretty sure it's a secret.
Is that Arwen speaking now?
That is. Well, that was Arwen, but I don't. Yeah,
Or is that Chrysanthemum speaking?
Chrysanthemum says secret.
Clever you all are. Walk this way.
Does he float or does he actually walk?
He floats. He
Oh.
floats. He floats down the hallway.
Does he like walk while he's floating, or he just glides?
Yes, or glides.
Okay.
I mean, you would too.
I would definitely be like power walking in the air if I were a ghost.
If I didn't have a 10 intelligence, I would, scoot feet like he is, kind of floating, but I'm not that bright.
He works his way down and around and leads you all to this back corner door. Boom, 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 boom. And he, at a wave of his hand, the crypt door opens, revealing 2 sarcophagi.
Peering in, are we able to see which one, if there's like, are they named or? I cut you off, didn't I?
The one to the north half of the room is labeled, where it states, engraved on the side of it, Wilhelm the Candid. And on the top, the top of the sarcophagus actually has a massive scroll chiseled on it, with something engraved on the scroll. Take nothing from the room but what you have brought to it. You may pay your respects quickly.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, Ari, you're a wizard, right? You have to memorize things, right?
On occasion.
Actually, we could just copy it down. I was going to say, like,
I was going to say, does anybody have paper? I don't. Like paper and chalk. You can do a rubbing.
that'd be a good idea.
might
No,
have
I mean, if it's on the scroll, but chances are it might be inside.
Oh.
Not the best idea, but it's the idea we have.
I'll press to digitate the scroll on top clean. So if anybody wants to read the scroll on top, because
Yeah,
it might be that poem right there.
It's
Yeah,
series
what
of
is-
stanzas. ran out quickly. And you can feel that tingle in the back of your neck that you do not want to stay here any longer than you have to.
I hope this is the one then.
A quick etching makes total sense.
I'm gonna walk while they're doing this. I'm gonna walk up to Wilhelm Wilhelm's sarcophagus, put my hand on it, and just say like a quick generic blessing
Okay.
on my hand on my holy symbol, and just like, because why not? We're happy, we're thankful we got this far.
As you're etching along and you're saying your prayers, you hear a ghostly voice in the distance. And then you clearly hear someone shout, "Beauty!"
Ooh. Oh snap.
Yeah, someone's coming. Someone's clearly. Oh, I hate this.
And then a short while later you hear, "Silence!"
Okay. Etch faster, etch faster, etch faster.
You finish the etching, you roll it up. You haven't even had time to look at it yet. And you finally hear "His tomb is this way. We know where we're going."
Okay.
I recommend a group stealth check to try to sneak our way out of here. Blessing of the Trickster is a recommend.
Actually, hang on. Do I have that yet? I don't know if I have. I have Pass Without a Trace.
Woo!
Is that better? I think
Yes.
that might be better. Yes. Because that's for
No.
all of us, right?
Plus 10 to stealth checks for all of us.
Each creature within within 30 feet has a plus 10 bonus to stealth and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Whew.
Yeah.
Love me some trickster clerics.
Ooh, that was lucky.
You start you start to consider the spell. You're like, "Aha!" And you hear the voice from up the hallway. "All right, you three stand here. Make sure nothing gets past you."
Can we change the stone? Change the poem.
What?
Change the poem. Scratch something. Magic it. Move earth. Or he's looking at the cleric specifically. Like, do you have a mold earth or a change stone spell or something?
No. I'm looking. Yeah, no, I don't think I have.
Okay.
Best I can do is thaumaturgy tremors.
And then you see Clarton pull a crowbar out of his pack. Like, yes, no.
Might not even be coming for this one.
I mean,
Do they immediately round the corner heading for this one?
And we're just still standing there? Or are we running?
no, do it, Clarton. Take like one or two words.
Okay. Bang, bang.
Oh,
What's going on
gosh.
down there?
Okay. Okay. Do we want to run the other way?
Okay, so we have Clarton is smashing this thing up, while Chrysanthemum is standing next to him. Jameer and Shakira are in the hallway. The ghost has retreated to his post because he's not needed now. And you look down the hall. Jameer and Shakira look down the hallway and see a woman in all white with a lit snake-topped
Oh, no.
torch. Its eyes are glowing like a beacon down the hallway. And the woman behind her just keeps cackling mage energy between her hands like a nervous habit. Like people would snap fingers or rub their hands together. She just keeps pulling out arcane energy and sliding it back again.
I would love to dive around the corner.
Chrysanthemum has enough time to peek around and go, "Oh crap, it's them."
It's them again.
The two that held up the... Oh wait, Shakira recognizes them.
Yeah, the theater.
Yeah, at the theater.
Oh,
They're
You
back.
again.
You again.
They're back. So I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
We should probably roll for initiative.
Seems like a good choice.
She is making taffy. Sure, if that's what you want to call magic missile.
How does one put it into improved initiative?
I think Rob adds
I do it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, I have to manually enter all of that. Oh wait, what's her name again?
Fudge.
Fudge.
Okay.
Oh, Clarton, remember,
Yeah.
you're not slow. You're pacing yourself.
Putting the crowbar away or something.
There it is, Valentina Shade. That was it. And then the other three, what did I decide to use? Oh. I'm just using, is that one? Or that one? Those ones. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So let's see here. Let's get the initiatives in and see how this goes. Switching to combat view. Chrysanthemum comes in at a 22. Clarton at a 5. Drumir standing there exposed at an 11.
I mean, I would love to have hidden around the corner, but
And
here we are.
Shakira also at 5. Alrighty. Bink. And I will, as you were begging to do it, bonk, put you out of sight around the corner.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hide me, hide me, hide me.
Okay, refresh. There it goes. Yeah, they're not. If you're not seeing everyone on the combat tracker, did y'all roll stealth for?
I didn't cast it because as I was starting to cast it, stuff happened.
Yep.
So I didn't actually do it, but they know we're here.
And I would have also pointed out that pass without trace is really good, but there's no way you get past 3 people standing shoulder to shoulder in the only doorway. I don't care
I
how
mean-
good
Well, I
your
was
magic
thinking
is.
like my plan was to like go around one of the other hallways, try to like.
Well, there's
sneak-
3 people right in the doorway.
Oh, at the
But-
doorway.
Yeah.
We might be able to distract them with like a series of hijinks, magical sounds, buckets on heads. Who's this?
That sounds like a good job for me.
Or step over their
Well,
dead
that's true,
bodies.
sneak attack. I hadn't really
Aggressive
thought about that.
exsanguination. You know, who knows? There's many tools available to a wealth acquirer.
There are. What is Chrysanthemum using as her primary tool? Ye who goes first.
I know I hate going first.
There they are. Blast them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Star Wars style.
I'm going to cast thaumaturgy, and I'm going to create behind them. I'm going to originate a point behind them and make a sound like a wraith shrieking, like an unearthly haunting, like holy crap, something's coming up behind us.
Roll me intimidation.
Okay.
That seems like a reasonable roll for the circumstances. 12. Well, just for giggles. We'll wisdom save. Yeah. What do you know? Okay, Valentina will turn over the one who's like pulling the magic between her hands will turn around like, what? And be distracted for the turn. So that worked. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 is standing guard at the door. Valentina is surprised as she looks around for the source of the sound. 2 continues to stand guard at the door. Drumir.
I'm going to. Why don't we stay here, hidden, or hide. Stay here and ready in action for our. Do they have they spotted us? Are they clear like it's them? Let's attack, or do we perhaps have the element of surprise?
They've spotted Shakira.
Mechanical surprise.
They've spotted Shakira as they come down the hall.
Right, and they seem like the blaster magey type as opposed to the like run up and punch you magey type, which I guess isn't really a real thing. So waiting here to ambush them would not quite work out. But I might be able to lob an arrow down the hallway, having been otherwise hereunto not seen.
You also get your dash. You get like a cunning action dash. You could try to flank them.
Could do that, but there are 3 very burly, assumedly burly men that would make that a little bit of a flankers getting flanked situation. So I'm just going to lob an arrow down the hallway at, let's say, the nervous mage, because she seems like someone I wouldn't want to be focused.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's short bow. Should I roll with advantage?
Yes, since you are in hiding.
A 21.
That's a hit. Throw some damage down.
Okay.
And you add advantage, so you can add your sneak attack.
Nice.
16
total.
Okay. Well, the good news is you got her good. Bad news is they know you're there.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you. Yeah, they know I'm there now.
Yeah, now they know you're there.
Yes.
Yeah, you just shot her
Yep.
for a lot.
For a lot. They took notice. I'm gonna take a step over here and just kind of wait.
Yeah, worth it. Thug one is also holding his action near the door. What's Clarton gonna do?
Okay, who's in front of me?
I think that's me.
Chrysanthemum's half blocking the door.
Right.
But if I could like squeeze
Is that
in.
a halfling joke?
Okay.
I could like squish up against the door if you want to squeeze
okay.
past me.
I'll use the squeeze move and step out into the hallway. And reach back, grab one of my trick arrows, which looks like a bomb with an F on it, and pull it back and fire it down the hall at them. I'm using my bursting arrow trick
That's fantastic.
feat at them. I still have to roll to hit.
Clarton casts oop.
The F bomb, as it were. And I tell you, when I got that and we started this game, I decided that we needed an arrow with that. So I have now mounted that on an arrow. Okay, longbow.
I'm gonna just sneak by.
Yep. 24 to hit.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so you hit. Are you
The
hitting
mage.
The mage. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a 10-foot burst from the mage.
Oh, jeez.
So, 5 points of, I rolled a 2. What the hell?
rolled a
Okay,
2.
so 5 point of actual arrow damage, and then of the, oops, come on, is it in here? Do I just click a button? Nope. Bursting arrow. After the arrow hits a creature, the target and all other creatures within 10 feet of it take 2d6 force damage. So
Jeez.
2d6. Roll. That's another 6 points of damage to both peeps there. And that's, I guess that's it for me.
Wow. That's a heck of an alpha strike.
You got to do what you got to do.
What's Shakira gonna do?
And PCs are fucking busted, aren't they?
So Shakira would normally want to, just take, start running at them, but I think she's wanting to be a little more strategic about this. So just in case to where we don't get flanked, I think it would be a good idea for me and maybe another person on their turn, whatever, to kind of go around. That way we don't get flanked by the guards and these two people, just in case things go crazy. So can I move, just go around, not right in the middle there, but go all the way down to the end on the east side in that corner and start working my way up?
If you do nothing else this turn, yes.
Yep.
Because
I'm just gonna
you'll be
get
using your
in
action
position.
to dash.
Okay. Mhm.
So you kind of like leap over Drumir. I will let you stop if you want as you book down the hallway. Because there's a guy right there waiting for you to go past.
Mm.
And you literally like run in front of him. You can continue running if you want to, but he will take a swing as you go running past him.
Well, I can't have that.
Or you can fight
So-
him.
I guess
Stick him
I'll
in
have
the
to fight him. Since he's coming at me, I guess we have to do this now. Okay. I am going.
Yeah, for those who were counting, there were 4 thugs on the board, and I only had 3 on the map.
Mm.
Snicker, 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 snicker.
Oh, no.
So if he's right, yeah, he's right next to me. Okay. I would like to try to hit him with my rapier, please.
All right.
Smashy, smashy.
Swing, swing, swing. Damage him.
Ooh.
And he's like, grr, arg. Mine is an angry growl. As you end up directly in front of him, and he steps back a bit as you lunge at him with your rapier, and he kind of blocks it with this ugly, nasty, serrated blade he's carrying. Meanwhile, the lindworm is up. Okay, so she's not doing well. She's having issues. So we're gonna do this because you guys are winning this a little too fast.
That's never good.
Bump. So we're gonna pop that in right behind Clarkton.
Oh.
So she's gonna use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Hmm.
And cast a spell. Double checking. Yep, that'll work. And it appears also as a long, nasty weapon. It is going to make an attack against Clarkton when it comes into being. And so we'll roll that. And it hits for there it is. 6 damage. It was a lot of work to get to 6 damage.
Okay.
Then she's going to move. Yeah, that's what her next move is going to be. She's going to get out of the hallway. Because that seems like a good idea. The guard that's facing off with Shakira is not really all that worried about her. He's going to press his advantage on her, doing 8 damage. As he has her kind of pinned down in this part of the hallway. And then it's up to Chrysanthemum to do something.
Well, I can I can pretty much only see the guy at the end of the hall, right?
You can see the wizard, and from where you are, yeah, you'll have to move.
Okay. Has anybody hit the wizard with at the end of the hall with anything yet, or the whoever that is at the end there,
The one holding the fire?
the one holding the fire?
Yeah, she's been
Well,
like
the archers.
she's like
Oh.
nearly dead.
Oh, that's the okay.
Yeah, she's the one that's getting beat all that crap.
Okay. Then I'm going to. Can I duck around Clarton and come over to give Sharkira a hand?
You're gonna have to run. Yes, I don't think the. Yes,
I can move through people's spaces.
you can, and the thing won't be able to use a reaction because it is working on fire and forget mode.
Okay.
It's going to keep attacking Clarkton until he moves away from it, or she redirects it.
Okay. So I'm gonna come up there, and I think now is a good time also for a spiritual weapon. So let's see, that's a bonus action. First, I'm going to hit him with a Toll the Dead, I think. Yeah, let's do Toll the Dead at the one right there.
Okay. Wisdom save, right?
Yes.
He does
Yeah.
not make it, so he takes his 8.
Takes his 8. Okay.
Mhm.
And then with my bonus action, I will summon, since we're in this is a little bit more of a solemn setting, I will summon my throwing star of Timora spiritual weapon. And I'm also going to attack him with that.
Okay, roll it.
And throw it like a coin.
No.
Well, that's a 1. I can re-roll that, right? With my halfling luck.
Oh, yes, halflings.
Okay. Yay, halflings.
Oh yes, halfling.
I heard that.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey,
so much better.
it got better.
Got
Peter says nope.
It wasn't meant to be.
It was not meant to be. Timora's like, not this time. You've had enough.
It happens.
Well, regardless, I have my spiritual weapon now too. And that's my turn.
Okay, 3 is going to, move up there and position himself. And hey, Noodle. And so that's his action. Shade is really mad and really wants to blast somebody, but she will settle for, actually, she'll take her action before she takes her move. So she is going to, yeah, we'll do that. Clarton, 17 hits, right?
Yep.
Boink. And, okay, so Clarton takes 11.
Oof. Okay.
As she takes one of the arrows that's gone into her, pulls it out, flips around in her hand, and throws it up in the air. It bursts into dark green energy and spirals down the hallway, where it impacts into Clarton's shoulder and splashes acid across his armor.
Yeah, Malfa's a dick. Acid arrows are cruel and unusual.
Yes. Particularly when your 4th level fighter is wearing leather armor.
Hey man, me too. I don't think we've gotten more than like 10 gold this entire game, so I'm just rocking the leathers.
Nope.
Once we make it big, I'll be wearing the fanciest armor I can find.
The completely deadpan though. Man, Melf is a dick.
Exactly.
That's my star of the night. All of you are now challenged to displace it.
Oof.
You're welcome, and I'm sorry.
She grins at her handiwork and then retreats.
Run away.
Well, better part of valor,
Yep.
as Khalid used to say a lot. Anyway, so that then takes us to thug number 2, who is also going to move up the hallway and get into a better tactical position because he's kind of tired of y'all. What's Jameer doing?
So this dagger to the left of me, is that a spiritual weapon?
That's the spiritual weapon. Yep.
Okay. As is the swirling coin next to number 4.
Yep.
That's
Cleric
mine.
off going on.
Here, I'll put a little glowy thingy around it.
Dueling spiritual weapons.
I think it most prudent to rescue the wizard, because early men and wizards often don't make a good combination in combat, at least. So I'm going to dash past my 2 allies here to become adjacent to the burly man and attempt to attack with my short sword.
Okay.
Short sword, not short bow. Short dwarf.
Sword.
That's a 1.
That's a natural 1.
Yep. I'm going to take a bonus action to try and hit him with the dagger, which is much higher than 1 at a 19 total.
19, nice. Roll the damage and your sneak attack as he is engaged with others.
Hashtag just rogue things. 11 points of damage.
All right, so 4 is definitely feeling the pain.
And actually, this seems like a good spot. I might want to try to aggress the casters, but protecting the wizard is probably a good call. So here I am. I got you, Sharkira.
Thank you.
Please get out of here.
All right, 1 is going to move up. And under the circumstances, it's actually going to take a shot at Drumir. You do benefit from partial cover.
Excellent. My AC is 14 plus that. It's not great, but it's where we're at. We're doing the best we can.
We are that.
Okay. He runs up, braces himself against the door opening, and swings out with a crossbow. And you can hear there's a moment, and not for but for the benefit of the audience at home, time slows. And we look straight down the arrow. We cut to the guy's eye, and it twitches down the crossbow. We watch as he stops breathing before he pulls back the lever. As he rolls a nat 20, doing 17 damage to Drumir.
Yikes! Oh, that's right in the. Oh, that's important. Okay. Well, that puts me into bloodied. I'm still up, but thank goodness for good dwarven genes.
And
gonna be a yikes
stretch
for me, dog.
pants, slacks,
Yeah. The
kilts for a few of them.
capris.
I don't know. Dwarven capris.
I'm just saying, it's an option.
A boot cut at the very least.
Oh, there was a girl at Old Navy tried to get me into skinny jeans,
I mean,
and
you
it
got
was
a
like she's like,
or not?
just take them back to the, just go try them on. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And I got back at 1 foot in. I'm like, what the hell was she thinking?
At least
Maybe it's
you're
a good on
thin. I mean, I'm like dwarf build. I put those on me, and it'd be like my calves.
Dwarfen jeans now available at American Eagle. Okay.
Or like American Griffin.
How's Clarkson doing this?
Oh, My turn.
Yeah,
huh?
because Clark and Sharkira are up next, and then
Okay.
then the Lindworm gets her action.
Clarton is like, and he'll move 30 down that hall, straight ahead and away from the bunk to my head behind me. And he pulls an arrow out that's got like a pair of dice hanging off of it, and he fires it into the corner, and it slings off like 3 walls, bouncing, and goes and tries to hit the mage. They have to make a DC 10 Dex check. I'm using Seeking Arrow.
DC 10. She makes it.
If the target is ready, I don't know what happens if they make it. DC 10 saving throw, or take damage from the arrow plus D6 force damage. All right.
Okay, so you saw it, but she dodged.
Yep. I bounced an arrow all the way down the hall, and
That would have been cool if you'd hit.
oh, it would have been amazing. But and that is my other trick arrow for the day, so I'm very sad now, or until we short rest. And then I will. I'll keep my bow out at this point. So, yep, that's it for me.
You're so static.
Ooh, I will take my second wind.
Okay, hang on. Let me look at your character sheet. We have questions from the chat,
For sure.
and I want to make sure I'm being fair because this is a tough fight.
Okay.
Do you make an attack roll with it?
No, you can
creature
choose
that
one
lives in the
creature.
life
Yeah, you see it.
The target
You got
is
it.
in range and a path is available. Must make it. Okay, so it is not part of. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just taking a moment to read the plain text just to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't make an attack roll. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Actually, the plain text says not to make an attack roll. Cool.
Correct.
There's a lot going on here. I believe we said that after your action, it was going to be up to Sharkira to make a decision. What would you like to do in this fascinating moment in which we find ourselves?
Well, something's got to be done about these turkeys. So I am going. Let me see where we're positioned.
Sharkira smells blood. She does.
There is
Sharks.
blood in the water.
There is blood in the water. All right. I am going to cast a witch bolt straight ahead.
Which bolt?
Wait, hold on. Burning hands. Sorry.
Oh, that bolt. Right.
That's it.
Okay. Got her.
Sorry, I'm all about the jokes. All right. I'm going to click the button. Just straight ahead. I'm scared.
You're just blasting out with with Witch Bolt. Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That's going to hit. Roll your damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you upcast it.
Unlimited.
Exactly. Yep. Emperor.
Palpatine, shocking fingers.
Okay, so do you want to reroll the damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Good use of your reroll.
Yeah.
Much better. And he thud. And he goes down.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Whew.
Would you like to take any move actions?
Um,
I mean, I should. Do you want to use any of your move? They got rid of move action. It's just you have movement.
I think if I can, I kind of want to stick to my original plan and see if I can start moving around. If I can.
Oh yeah, you can move through Tremere space. Just say "op" and
Yep. Oh, yep.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna say oh,
Invoke the specialized ritual.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna sneak right past you.
Past you. Grab the ranch.
Bonus
Can
action
I-
shimmy.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Where's or am I allowed to ask this? Where's our good old pal Ghosty friend? Who's supposedly guarding intruders and whatnot.
Well, they gave the same password. You know, they solved the riddle just as well as we did. Faster too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
didn't have to point that out.
Yeah, he's right there standing at the end of the hallway watching. Hello.
All right, good deal.
You're doing very well. I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you.
Which is actually not true. I think you'd make much lovelier company.
He's rooting, but which way is he rooting?
Not today.
I'm rooting for you to die in here so that we can hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, kinda. All right. She's so had it with you guys. She is over it. All right, she's gonna move here. She's going to bring this over here. She's lost track. Actually, no, she's not. Shump. She's gonna go there. And for her action, I need Clarkton to first roll me 2d4 from the end of your last turn from the acid.
Fudge nuggets. Okay.
6.
Oh, now I roll. Okay. 6
you.
acid.
6
Ow.
acid.
Oh,
Then she's going to lean out and she's going to shout in your direction and present her staff at you. And I need you to roll me a
Someone else wanted to
wisdom save.
phrasing that?
Well, usually they take me out to dinner before they show me their staff, but no. All right. Wisdom
appreciate you.
save.
Wisdom
I try.
save.
Yeah, so my high point. Woo, wisdom for days. Or -1.
-1. 8.
At 8.
Oh. Doink. As she holds it out there, and that light just washes over you, and everything comes to a stop. And she grins, and is going to take a few steps back. For her bonus action, now she'll move the spiritual weapon over there and use it to beat on Dramir. Because she can.
My organs. I need those.
You don't take a ton of damage.
I need all my blood. That's why it's inside.
It's only 4.
That's plenty.
Nobody makes me bleed.
So let's see. The dwarven rogue is bleeding out. The human fighter is stuck. It's up to the girls now.
Save us. You're our only hope.
What does Chrysanthemum do?
okay. I had a plan, and then something happened, and I'm not so sure anymore. Okay. First of all, am I close enough? Yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna grab onto Drumir, and I'm gonna cast healing word. No, cure wounds. I'm gonna throw a first level cure wounds his way.
Okay. Step up so you're within reach.
Yeah, move up so I'm in reach.
Pull him up into position. Pull him up, dust him off. Remind him that the luck is not fully decided.
Clap him on the back. We got this, buddy. We're good.
All right, 10. That is maximum.
That's
That
fantastic.
is the luck was with me that roll.
Exactly
me
what
up
he
to 20?
needed. Yeah, got you back at 20.
Whew, fantastic. All right, let's get back in this fight.
Okay.
Chrysanthemum still has her bonus action. I'm assuming she's going to use it to do something interesting.
I am gonna use it. How far can my spiritual weapon go?
30 feet, I think.
I think it's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send it. Can I?
Oh, 60 feet? I think that's the
Oh,
initial
there we
range.
go.
I don't think it can move that far
On
on an action.
Let me look. Let me look.
There's casting it and there's moving it. Yeah, 20 is the
Yeah,
move.
I can move it to. Okay. So I'm going to move it down the hall. And I can't move it far enough to hit the lindworm. Right? That's
Right. It's going to be
She's
stuck
the
between
farthest one
these
away.
two guards.
okay. And flip a coin, I'll hit one of the guards.
Okay.
Because why not?
Neither is injured, so it doesn't really matter. So you send it down there. Roll your attack with it.
Okay. I have too many windows open. There we go. Hey, that's better.
Oh, roll the damage.
I'll take it.
Let's see. And I'm going to put that up. I think we're at a point now where everyone can get involved. I think we see enough to see how this. Wow, that was really good damage. How this is going. So we'll put that out there for chat to make their votes on. Let's see. Number 2 takes 8. Just like that. That's it. Is that for Chrysanthemum?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Number 3 is what's he gonna do? He's gonna shake you up a little bit. He's also gonna take a shot with his crossbow. What's Chrysanthemum? And does not even have a chance of getting through Chrysanthemum's armor.
Yeah.
Like does
Chink.
not happen. Does not happen. However,
That was in character.
Valentina, on the other hand, has about had it with all of you down there messing with her. Oh, that's what she's gonna do. Shump. She's going over there. And I wonder, what is the range on that? Let's find out. Let's see here. Oh, I know where I can find out the stats on that spell. Okay. She's right there. As Shakira rounds the corner and starts to run up it, she sees as the woman in the black leather vest with that arcane energy between her hands comes around the corner and stares down at her. She starts to walk, and as she does, this fog flies up in front of her. She walks into the mist and disappears. A similar mist appears about 30 feet away as the woman walks out of it, and lightning shoots out of her hands.
Oof.
Which is a really dramatic entry. Does she hit? She does. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't think that would work. And Shakira takes 3. As she appears and starts pumping arcane energy into her and cackles back. Feels good when the tables are turned, doesn't it? Two is also going to take a shot with his crossbow at Chrysanthemum.
How the turns have tabled.
And now it's up to Dremir to do something.
Did he hit?
No.
Okay.
We are going
Raspberry him
to.
too.
Yeah, as long as you're the most immediate threat, your party's actually in really good shape. Because nobody can hit you.
That's fair. I spend all this time trying not to get in the front lines, and it's actually not terrible.
I mean, you're wearing heavy armor, aren't you? Or at least me.
No, I have scale armor.
And a
I
shield.
mean,
Scale.
you know,
light armor,
we're all
I think.
wearing leather or less, so.
That's true.
Exactly. It.
That's the upside to
way-
not being able to sneak anywhere.
Which is, by the way, the title of my memoirs. I'm going to wing an arrow at the wizard over here, making a hide check on the way to attempt to get all that cool sneak attack stuff.
Roll it.
13?
Nope.
She can hear me shuffling down.
Yeah,
Irregular
she
strike.
can
it is.
see that bow coming out, and she takes a step to the side and gets ready to accept it. Well, she's still got her lightning into Sharkira.
We might not be able to sneak attack the attack and damage, but we might still be able to hit him with a
Natural
20.
20.
Ha! Got him. Well, you know, it's probably good that I didn't sneak attack then, because, you know, hit points and all that. Christ, imagine if I had another 4d6.
And Polymorph is not feeling it. And then, yeah, that's right. There's no sneak attack damage, but still 12 damage.
Still so much damage.
That's a lot of damage. And she goes flying back up into that corner
Hooray.
as the arrow connects and does not stand up.
Hooray! I assume the lightning
Hey!
stops.
Yes.
Double hooray!
Woo!
Nicely done.
I turned to Sharky. It is tough keeping you alive. I tell you what. Keep up
Can't
the good
take
work,
me
though.
anywhere.
And I'm going to.
I hollered down the hall, but worth it.
15, 20, 25, 30. Let's go here with the rest of my movement. Start the long flank, as it were. And that'd be me.
All right. That takes us over to number 1, who is still like, we don't know what number 1 does. So we're just going to do that. And then Clarton can give me a wisdom save.
All right. Wisdom. The magic number is 0. Yep. Natty 1. When I get out of here, mother hunger.
And he takes 4 more damage.
Fudge.
Oh boy.
And I'm burning. All right.
What's Sharkira going to do now that she's been protected from the other wizard?
I think she's gonna go back up Drumir. He just saved her life.
I love how everyone forgot about Clarton.
Oh no! Well, can I make it over to Clarton?
I was gonna
I mean, he's
fix
a little
Clark,
far.
Oh my
but
God, is he paralyzed? Oh,
Drumir
shit.
was bleeding out.
Okay. I didn't look at the health. I'm sorry. Okay.
No. Hey, there's no sense using your whole turn trying to get to Clarton at this point. You're
Right.
okay. Focus on
Yep.
the thing at hand.
Yep.
I'll never let go, Clarton. I'll never
Appreciate
let
it.
go. All right. I would say, yeah, I'm gonna move.
You can follow Dramir up this hallway, or you can come back and step around Chrysanthemum. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Like you get into one of these cubbies.
There are 2 enemies there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Got any of that fancy wizard juice left?
I do. So when you say I didn't see where you moved, you mean down behind Chrysanthemum with the 2, or the
Right.
You
You can
okay.
get into. You could get into one of these 2 cubbies.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move. I think directly in front of Chrysanthemum,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do my very, very
5, 10,
favorite
15,
burning
20.
hands.
25, and then you could sidestep once you're done. Burning hands, though, might not be what you
Oh,
want to
no.
use because it might not be
No.
far enough. Let me look.
I think it's 15 feet.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, they're just out of the range.
Um,
You do have Scorching Ray. That lets you shoot 3 bolts of fire.
See, now I did select that on my spells, but it's not.
Hit refresh because you hadn't prepared it for today.
Okay.
You learned it. You just didn't prepare it.
Yeah, wizards are. There's many steps. There's lots of forms.
That's why I got your back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got
gosh.
my scorching ray wand right here.
I mean, I am
Nice.
closed out of that sucker. All right. Scorching ray. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot longer.
So you get 3, if I remember correctly. How do you want to divvy those up? You have targets. You have all 3 of them are visible to you. But I will tell you, with your experience in combat, it is unlikely that any one of them is going to go down unless you put all 3 rays into them.
Okay. Let's see. So 2 and 3. Healthy and hurt. And who is this in the middle, right here, in between 2 and 3?
Oh, that's the glowing star that Chrysanthemum threw.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can see the lindworm at the far end of the hallway, and you've got 2 and 3 to pick between. 2's already wounded. 2's the most likely to drop if you put all 3 into them.
Well, might as well take out 1. But I was thinking about maybe putting 2 in 1 and 1 in the hurt one, just to get him a little more damaged.
It's up to you.
I've never had to decide this before.
They do on average 6 damage each. So if you hit with all 3, you'll do 18 if you put them into one target. On average. Averages are funny. DM's advice, I just dump them all into somebody.
I'm gonna dump them all into which one is? I keep getting them mixed up. Into guard 3.
Okay.
Whichever one is healthy. Let's just let me just
Okay.
say that.
Go for it.
Weaken them. Okay. There we go.
All right, so you roll it 3 times. Hit.
The same one 3 times?
Yep. Roll it again. Hit. And 1 more. Sweet. 3 successful hits. Not bad. I'm going to do you a solid. I'm just going to do this for... I'll do that for you. There you go. 20 damage.
Nice.
Slightly above average. Into guard number 3. Yeah, he's going to not be happy with you anymore.
Sorry about you.
And then we're assuming you're going to step into some partial cover. Because that would be the sensible thing to do. Not get killed.
Yep. That's what we're going for.
Yeah. Let's see here. She's currently concentrating, so she can't keep concentrating. But she can call down a guiding bolt on the other cleric. She will do that. And
That
miss.
anime split screen eye contact.
And you like step out of the way as this bolt of cackling magical water energy flushes past you. And as a bonus action, she'll have the thing hit you.
That's fair.
It misses.
Hey,
She'll move at 5 feet next to
you
Shireen.
water bending at you?
Raspberry for her too.
What's your action? It's a stupid 18. It's hard to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna flick my, I'm gonna make like a flicking motion and flick my spiritual spinning star at her
Okay.
for
Damage.
okay. Hang on, my screen is doing weird things. get away from there. I can't get to my. Hold on, my screen is frozen and I can't get to. There it is.
5 damage. All right.
Okay.
That shakes her up.
All right, and then as my main action, I'm gonna run around the corner, the other way, so I can get a visual on Clarton.
Okay. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. You can see Clarton.
I can see Clarton. Can I hit Clarton with a healing word?
You can.
I can. I'm gonna hit Clarton with a healing word.
You can cast it as an action.
Right.
Because this would have been 2 bonus actions, but we'll.
Oh, that's a bonus action spell.
But I will
Gotcha.
always let you use a full action to do a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that breaks D&D, and somewhere
Thank
there's
you.
somebody going, "Grr," and they're currently taking to Twitter, and all of your complaints about my house rules should go directly to @Graybeard Tavern.
That works.
I'll take that on. I'm getting the hit points for it.
Okay. You'll take the complaints for the team. All right, let's cast that at 2nd level too, because I think he could use it.
You think?
And that's the best I can do from this far away.
That awesome.
-7. All right, Clarton's actually not in bad shape now.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
All right, what are the 2 guards doing? 2 and 3 are going to they're gonna move up. I'm not entirely sure why, but they're gonna move up, and one's gonna step into that space. So one of these 2 guys is going to take a crossbow shot at Sharkira and miss. And the other one's going to take a couple of swings with his club and hit. Ooh. Sharkira cannot take 13 damage. And she drops to the ground.
Ah, you guys are killing me here.
I mean, they're killing all of them here. They're not killing you enough is the real problem.
That's
Okay. So Jameer has the next action.
yell.
Well, actually, there's no one that saw it happen.
Oh. Okay.
That's the problem. Y'all left her.
Okay.
You left her. She went down.
All by myself.
Let us see.
Okay, the question now is Sharkira loud enough that I would notice the absence of her yelling if she went down?
Yes.
I feel like,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Wait, it's quiet over there. Oh, snap. Okay.
And congratulations to the people who guessed that.
So am I like the kid, like the toddler of the gang? Like when it's quiet, that means there's something.
Something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
Wait, where's Kevin?
Sharkira!
That's what I got. A knife. No.
So, this individual number 1.
Mm-hmm.
How wounded does he appear? Is he fresh as a daisy?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to. What's the radius on that? 20 foot. I probably don't know that the. Wait, would I know that the cleric's there? Did I see her when I was?
You've
in
heard
the,
enough movement. Yeah, I'm not playing Fog of War right now with this.
Okay. I'm going to cast sleep on number 1 and
Okay.
hope that the damaged cleric, who I think is damaged, but that between the 2 of them, I might be able to knock one of them out.
What's the range on sleep?
So it's a 90-foot range, but a 20-foot area. I think it's just in.
Yep, she's just inside it. All right,
I'm
cast
going
it.
to-
Tell me how many hit points you're taking care of.
It is.
That's a clever application of it.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
That is what? How can I see that it says? Oh, 5d8.
5d8. You
Roll
have
that.
one reroll in the bank. I'm just putting it out there.
That's pretty good. I don't think I'd do better on a reroll.
That's, yeah.
So hopefully, between the two of them, one of them has under set 27 hit points.
Yep.
Ha ha!
And Clarton bursts into motion.
I was just looking up the hold person concentration.
Well timed. Well timed.
And then I'm gonna rush. Well, he's a warrior, right? He's like wielding a longsword or something.
He's got a big, heavy spiked club.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back and hope that he's not gonna be able to reach me next turn. That'll be me.
All
Actually,
right.
why don't I duck around the corner, make it even more fun,
And hide.
and hide.
Saw that coming.
Well, you know, rogue
Saw
stuff.
that coming.
Hashtag
Okay.
rogue life.
Not great. It's an 11, but who knows? Maybe they lost track of me in the din of combat.
In the craziness, which is combat.
It's got. I went this way. Did I go that way?
Okay.
Did I duck in the door?
I'm
Who's to
taking
say?
that off the board too because she's unconscious. One is going to use his action to come wake up the boss.
Damn. I thought that might happen.
That's his whole action. He's not doing anything else. So what's Clarton doing?
Yeah. Now that I can move,
Now that you're back in the game,
I will go to the corner here, and I can't remember. Can I just grab me? 5, 10, 15 feet. All right. I go there, and I still have my bow in my hand. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot her. Just very spitefully turn the corner and be like, swack.
reasonable. Very reasonable.
Longbow. 13 hit.
Yes, it will.
Awesome. For 9 points of piercing damage. And then I am very angry, so I'm going to take my action surge and do that again. 16.
That'll hit.
Okay. Oops. Oh, D&D Beyond, you need to move the dice rollers somewhere else on the page.
That's what I was having a problem with.
For 11 points of damage on the second shot.
Boom. Well, I'm really glad that that thug took the time to wake her up. Because she gets to her feet, she turns around, and Clarton just comes sliding around the corner and just 2 arrows on as he pulls back and lets them both go. And they flap, flap, and she drops to the ground.
And big grin, like, yeah. He doesn't say anything. He just evil grin, like, mother. Beep.
Chrysanthemum air high fives from the other end of the hall.
Woo. Bonus action, air high five.
Air high five.
There, high five.
Go team.
Before we get to this, Clarton, let's see. 3 damage.
Ah, frippin' acid. All right.
Yeah, at some point, you need to stop and take care of that.
Yeah, he keeps not thinking about it because he's like, death, mayhem, kill,
Oh.
spellcaster.
The good news is you might be done with it now. Let me see how many turns it runs for. You might actually have let it run its entire course.
Lucky me.
Oh, it's a different spell that stays. You're okay.
Awesome.
Let me put that back. Get rid of the acid. It's a different spell that keeps doing that. I have you at 19. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I have you at. That's what you're at now.
Oh, okay. I was at 23 for some reason.
I think you missed an acid.
All right.
We'll call it 19.
I had taken my second wind earlier.
I missed that.
I was like, oh, bonus action.
Got it.
Second
So
wind.
you're at 23?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay. That worked for me. Okay. Now I need, Ari, I need you to roll me a nice, good old fashioned D20. Just click the
Got
custom
this,
roll for a
you got this,
D20.
Ari.
Just roll high. 10 or better. No, it's 11 or better. Okay. One death save.
Well, it's not a 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a 1.
If it
It's
was a
not
1,
a
it would have
1.
counted double.
Yes.
Yes.
Oof.
That's happened. Someone had that happen in the first 15 minutes of their game.
It's never good. It's never good.
Oh.
We gotta
Mick
get
Mac
in
wants
there.
you to re-roll that.
My life.
Bam.
Hey.
Oh, thank you. Swear to God, this is a 3.
It's gonna be a 1.
Don't say that. I was thinking it. You can't say it.
Say it. Yeah. Hex.
1 life. So you have 1 life, 1 life on your death saves. So you haven't bled out yet. Oh, that's right. It did. Like that first death save, she rolled rolled natural 1, which caused 2 deaths. That's
Wait,
right. My Wednesday night game.
Oh.
They got into battle with what was supposed to be the easy to kill, obvious guilt-free enemies, and they got their clocks cleaned
Yikes.
and reset, and then oiled, and then cleaned again.
Oh.
It was scary. As a DM, I was like, these are supposed to be the monsters you just go kill when you're bored, and they're like, we're terrified of gnolls.
I mean, wolves. They have trip. They have pack tactics.
No gnolls.
Oh, gnolls. I thought you said wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves are scarier than gnolls.
No, not in that game. They're not. Nothing is scarier
Yeah,
than
I mean-
gnolls.
Gnolls have flails, so you gotta watch them.
So what's Chrysanthemum doing in this moment?
So I'm just picturing myself like skidding back and forth, like running into the hall, throw a healing word, then like skid as I run the other way, because I think that's all I've done my last 2 turns.
Yes.
So I'm gonna catch myself like, because I'm running over healing Clark, I'm like gonna catch myself against the wall and shove back the other way. And I'm gonna run towards Sharkira.
Okay.
And I will, let's see. I will grab, can I touch her? Can I get within range,
Yes.
within touch range? Okay. I'm going to touch her for, cure wounds.
Okay. Put
at
it down.
first
How
level.
much does she get back?
She get? Not much.
4.
4.
Well, she's not dying anymore.
I was gonna say it's
She's
better
not
than dead.
dying anymore. And
Better than
then
dead.
I'm gonna bonus action summon my spinning star back towards me. Can I hit either of those 2 guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the one that's like right there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like and in the back of the head.
Roll the attack.
4.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a 7. Okay. Nope, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to hit.
Roll damage.
Okay.
They're bullet sponges, basically.
So that, well, I accidentally rolled guiding bolt, but it's the same attack,
Yeah.
so that works.
Dice roll is dice roll. Jeez.
Nice.
Woo! Okay, the 7s look a lot like 1s, and I keep freaking out.
They get me every time.
So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Your star is like
I'm happy with that.
There. All right.
Straight up the back of the head.
Nice. 2 is going to take his move action And he's going to take a crossbow shot down the hallway at... he's going to be nice. He's just going to shoot at Chrysanthemum.
Be kind of hard to hit the Sharkira anyways, because she has
Partial cover?
advantage. She imposes disadvantage and has cover.
How's she impose
Prone
disadvantage?
still, right?
Oh, good point. I didn't really think about that. Speaking of which, Drumir, what you doing?
Drumir is going to round the corner, see what is going on over here, sling an arrow at Mr. Crossbow, number 2.
Okay.
Potentially with advantage if he didn't beat a 13.
Let's see if he did. He did not. Ooh, okay, that's bad.
So let's do that.
Jeez.
Let's say
And then
21
throw all
to
your
hit.
damage.
That damage.
Rogue
and
sucks.
this damage. Ooh, that was a good one too. That's a 19 damage.
Jeez. He didn't die.
And then I will move up to roughly here to duck into one of these cubbies and try to get myself a little bit of cover.
Okay. The other one's going to take his shot at Clarton because and he'll hit for 4,
Okay.
and then he is going to run up the stairs.
No, my green flame blade next attack.
Mhm.
It was gonna be so cool though.
And so he's, better part of
Thought that
Valor.
counts.
What's Clarton going to do?
Clarton maniacally looks with a big grin at the guy who's left, and he just says, "I got 2 words for you: schnick, schnick." And he draws his hand weapons and rushes forward and attacks. Rapier first. 23 to hit with for 5 damage.
Jeez.
And hand axe
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Okay, dang it. So that's a 22. And
I'll explain in a moment.
okay. And
Oh, no, you still
21.
hit. You still hit. So roll your damage.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Dice. That's making me feel better about earlier. For 7 points of damage.
Because he was prone on the second attack.
Okay.
Yeah. So just flop, 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 and you have gutted him on the embalming table.
Poetic justice.
It's that scene from The Patriot where Mel Gibson just flails that guy and he's just covered in blood now. Looks like a pirate. Arr.
Easy tax. And then everything gets deathly quiet.
This is the most intense it's been a while. Chrysanthemum's just like,
You don't even
All
hear
right.
the crunch of the snow outside anymore.
Are we going after that guy?
I mean, the 2 important ones are down. I don't know. Maybe. Sharkira's down. I'm gonna go check on her.
All right, I'll go thug hunting. I'll dash
Yeah.
upstairs and
You have the longbow.
yeah, exactly. Tuck my weapons as I go and grab the bow out.
You can see tracks in the snow, but he's got a pretty good stride. And if you remember correctly, he was scared, but he never really got into it with anybody.
Yeah. If only I had a seeking arrow attack left. I do not. Um,
That DC is way low for that ability. by the
I
way.
know,
DC
I know, but
10?
yeah, but you don't have to even roll to hit. So,
Yeah.
and it
Is
goes
it-
around corners up to 600 yards or 600 feet.
Is it based
So
on your intelligence or something?
probably, and I'm adult. So,
And not much to do about that, I suppose.
You gotta have dump stats, I guess.
Oh, it is based on int. Yep.
Well, there you go.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad. Like, I feel so bad because you wasted that. Like, oh, you, okay.
Yeah.
Got
Arcane Archer is supposed to be the smart fighter. No, didn't have room for that.
it. That's
We
okay.
work with what we got.
That's okay. It worked out. It worked out.
Nobody died. I didn't take a single hit.
Woo! It's good to have armor.
Speaking of taking multiple hits, how's Ari doing?
Ow. Everything hurts, but I'm okay. I'm alive. I can
Are
talk.
alive. That's good.
Yep. mhm.
Every fight you can walk away from, right?
Right?
Fine.
So, do we have a rest coming? Because I'm low on spell slots, but I could heal up Sharkira a little bit more. Or are we planning on getting any more trouble tonight?
I'm chasing the guy, so I'm not there.
Okay.
At
I
a certain
imagine-
point, Clarkton will circle back,
Okay, I've lost him.
realizing that, well, even if you catch up with them, it's not a sure thing you'll win.
Okay.
Fortunate. They seem to have told the known exactly where to come to get into the thing. Like I don't know. Maybe they got to Rainier. Might
That
make sense
dwarf
for us.
was a double agent.
Huh?
I said maybe that dwarf was a double agent.
Which dwarf?
That lady that he was
Oh,
having an evening with.
you might have pumped him for information.
Pumped?
Might have been intentional with my phrasing there. But either way, he might be in danger. We might want to assure that he's safe because without him, we can't get in. Probably. Why don't we check the Yawning portal? But as far as delving the dungeon, we're not going to be able to get back in. They have a little bit better security there than they do here in terms
Right.
of gates.
Do we want to loot anybody? Well, there's bodies here, right? We could see if
Yeah,
anybody has
sure.
anything interesting.
Check and see if they got pocket change, studded leather armor for a dwarf. You know,
The letter incriminating somebody. You
Yeah.
know,
you get lucky every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
You do pick up enough money. You know, they've got some change, standard weapons. The two that were in charge don't have anything of particular note within their items. Everything seems pretty consistent with what you've learned about them. Spellcasting components, the staff holy item. For the most part, they seem to very much match your expectations for a low-level gang.
All right. I'm going to say a quick prayer over the other cleric, just like a, that was a good fight.
Professional
Rest in
courtesy.
peace. Professional courtesy. Professional rest in peace courtesy.
and Clarton will come back down the stairs dejectedly, and he's still like covered in the guy's blood and whatnot. And then he'll lean down to Chrysanthemum and say, "I appreciate the healing," and he'll produce from nowhere with prestidigitation a chrysanthemum and hand it to you as a like a thank you. And then he stands up and cracks his neck and then clicks his fingers and all the blood disappears.
I am delighted, and I'm just going to give him a hug.
All right. Hug back. Hate being held. Not in a hug, but in a spell.
Yeah, y'all made me break one of my cardinal rules. I was afraid this when the combat opened, and she goes the one wizard goes from full to 5 in the first combat round. I'm like, all the bets are off.
Oh no.
If there was a wizard here, I'd be counterspelling your healing magic.
Oh, which is
Oh.
such a D
Oh,
move, man.
That's
But
dirty.
whew, yeah,
I was like,
totes
okay.
worth it.
We gotta put this on the edge. All right, so what's our plan from here?
Just rogue things. Man, imagine rogues are busted, man. We're level 4. Imagine when I get like 76 or some crazy nonsense.
Oh, I've seen a level 8 rogue crit on Solasta, and it's just like the whole bottom of the screen is damage dice.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
The sneak doubles too, I believe.
Yep, the sneak doubles. If you got assassinated, it's an auto crit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gross.
it's really bad.
You don't mess with the rogues.
It is
Double
really,
sneak.
really, really bad. Oh, double sneak, Eric. Hey, you snuck in there. Thanks
Speaking
for
of double sneak.
re-upping 14 months, dude. We gotta get together now that things are calming down. We gotta get together and hang. We gotta get together. But thank you for that. We appreciate it. So your plan is to head to the Yawning portal to talk to Rainier?
Yeah, sure that he's okay.
Ah.
But then otherwise, be ready to go into the what's the word I want?
Mausoleum,
Not a
crypt.
It starts
Mausoleum.
with the cemetery. Into the cemetery when in the next morning.
Okay. As you make your way to the Yawning portal, you have a chance to kind of... You get there, you catch up. And Rainier was more or less where you've deposited him.
Oh,
He's alone, slightly dejected.
No.
And he quickly shares that his new lady friend has taken a contract and will be out of town for a few days.
Hard
that's-
luck, buddy.
I'm sorry to hear it.
She left in good spirits, though, and I call that a win.
Yes, indeed. Listen, I would lay low tonight. There was an individual who we procured the stone from in the first place. Did we talk about this stone? I don't remember. In any case, she was in the exact same place that we were, looking for the exact same thing that we were, which makes me think that someone might be privy to what is going on. I would recommend...
You know, now
Lay
that
low
you
tonight.
mention it, I did see a couple of unsavory women leave right after you. I wonder if they've been following you. Did they accost you?
They certainly tried. I like there's like a little bit of blood. Yeah. They certainly tried.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Well, things worked out in
No.
the end.
So your plan now that you have did you get the key for the poem?
Yes, we were able to grab a rubbing of Sir Wilhelm's poem.
Oh,
Perhaps you could assure us that it's the right one.
oh yes. Let me see it. He takes it and he unrolls the etching. Oh yes, this is definitely the one. He rolls it back up.
Thank goodness, because otherwise we were going to have to crack open a sarcophagus, and that gets very complicated legally.
Not to mention the ghost might not like it.
I mean, there's that issue as well. But
I don't want to be his friend.
he seemed like a nice enough ghost.
He's
He
like, well
did
then.
his job.
So your hope then is to open the vault, but what's your intention with if the money is there?
Give it to
Maybe.
orphans.
He turns immediately. In truth, all of it?
What? No.
Clarton's looking like, well, duh.
No, we hadn't discussed that part of it. I thought it would be clear that we would split the money.
Oh, and then everyone can give to orphans of their own accord. Gotcha.
I look at Rainier. I said, yes, that is what they could do.
So we're then to split the money.
Well, I think
50-50.
that quite fair. I mean, we've done so much work to procure the keys, as it were.
Sure.
I appreciate that it was your family's, however,
Well, in
it
truth,
was
it was
ill-begotten in the
Waterdeep's.
first place.
In truth, my father, if it is indeed there, and the stories are true that he embezzled it from Waterdeep, it should be returned to the city coffers.
Finder's fee is usually customary in this kind of circumstance, isn't it?
A mix of emotions runs over Drumir's face and points at her.
Well, I suppose that would be up to the city magistrates.
I'm less inspired by the city's decision making and would be more interested in perhaps an anonymous role in that transaction.
Although, if all of the 300,000 gold coins were to be returned, I doubt there would be any debate about how much of a user a recovery fee needs to be paid if you were to generously return all 300,000.
Yes, I think if all 250,000 of the gold coins managed to make it to the city, that no one would really think too much about it. We could be...
I mean, the rumors might be overstated that my father embezzled 330,000.
You know how rumor mills are.
Which I would happily keep my mouth shut for at 3 about all the circumstances.
I actually lost track of, he went higher number? Is he trying to lower the amount of money that was split?
I think he's trying to remind you that 3 is a good number. You should stick with 3.
That does seem like that would make a lot of sense.
Excellent. Well, then I think we should put this matter to rest immediately. Gather your friends and we should head before anyone has a chance to understand, but otherwise.
Yes. Immediately. How are we going to... Well, I suppose we could just break in.
We're not breaking in. I'm going to visit my mother and her family.
Closed.
Or my mother's family, I
Public
should
park.
say. Well, closed is relative.
I like
Suppose
this
you
guy.
are a noble.
I mean, I'm quite anxious to see what happens.
Yes, then I suppose we should gather our group and head out.
Excellent. You swing past Troll Skull to pick up Lorelei and Nala and Raylona and make your way back into the cemetery.
As we're walking, I kind of lean over to Chrysanthemum. I'm like, I feel like I did not negotiate that well. But that all kind of happened really quickly. I feel like I should have come into that with a little bit more of a...
Well, the treasure isn't in our hands yet. We may still have some room. We may still have some wiggle room.
I mean, Rainier wouldn't go missing too, quietly. I don't think that would work. Wait, is that what you were talking about?
No. I just meant that, we haven't settled anything until we are in possession of the treasure.
Right.
Oh gosh, no.
Right. Of course.
No,
Yes.
we can, we have a sort of an understanding right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't continue to negotiate.
Right. And who's to say if other dangers arise, there might be adjustments that need to be made. Right.
Sure.
Good thinking.
Labor fees, danger, hazardous pay.
Clarton doesn't hear really what the conversation is, but he pops in and is like, "Are you guys trying to decide which orphanage to give your share to?" Is that?
Yes, there's so many good causes that one could help fund.
Yeah, giving it back to the city, they'll just waste it. We should
it
probably
fix
give
a lot
it
of
to
temperaments,
they-
that money.
A direct donation might work best.
And then he walks away.
He's too good for his own good.
It's hard to be chaotic good.
I think he's a sweetheart.
We rob from the rich and give to the cheerleaders. What? Huh?
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Exactly. Nice.
I
Good.
got that reference.
Good reference.
You make your way through the town. Everyone seems quite anxious. The tree bows again, acknowledging the late hour that Rainier is visiting the old family. The gentleman walking the guard at the cemetery notices your party moving through, but at a wave from Rainier lets you pass without a single word. You come down in front of the wall. The stone of Dolor turns again into that key, and you slide it carefully into the keyhole that appears magically in the obsidian slab. The words appear on the wall again, and one of your number carefully unrolls the etching and begins to read the poem. What is it? What is the secret to open this vault? We're going to pick up there next week. When the entire party is together.
Fair enough.
That works.
It's like a perfect note to start the session. Okay, so you ready now? You got 3 for 3. I was prepared to go 3 out of 5. So here we go. It comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years. What is it?
Say it again.
It's a
It
letter thing.
once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years.
It's the letter M.
Nice.
Woo!
I'm pretty good with like
Nice.
letter word stuff, but
The Beholder one was like a nasty opening. I'm not going to lie. I liked it because it felt really thematic for the game, since there is a Beholder as one of the potential major villains.
Right?
That's what made me
That
think
throws
of
an
it.
extra
What he said, "Beat."
wrench in it with like being a potential answer. It's a beholder. You know, those horrifying things that just shouldn't work, but they do.
Yeah. And then the last one was it has seas without water, coasts without sand, towns without people, and mountains without land. What is it?
You send it back again?
Sure. It has seas without water, coasts without sand, towns without people, and mountains without land.
Oh, I read chat.
oh yeah, there we go. I learned
Nice.
chat.
Very
I haven't
nice.
looked yet.
Very smooth, Shadow. Very smooth. I don't often bring... I don't do a lot of riddles in the
Oh,
games.
there you go. That's clever.
And
That's a good one.
I was sure you all were either going to go, we got it, or screw it, kill the good thing. So I had I had two options for combat tonight lined up. One of them was the Gravekeeper, and one was the rival gang that has no idea what you all have. All they know is clearly it is valuable because they saw the fight at the theater and went, okay, these guys are onto something. Let's find out what they're up to.
As a good gang does.
That's a good gang does.
Get him, Ray. That's your answer. Get him. You know, to the ghost. We all just jump the ghost.
It's very scientific. Very scientific. So yeah, so there's that. This was fun tonight. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you let me start a little bit late. So we had a slightly shorter session than usual. We're still ending pretty close to on time. We went through the entire section without a break,
We did.
which
Too much excitement.
I know, and it's weird. Combat, they say, can be really sloggy, and I felt like you guys were on the edge of your seat most of the time.
Quite
It was
literally.
right on the wire there.
Yeah, it was a good roller
It was
coaster
intense.
combat though, rather than like I usually say, the Fred Flintstone, I bonk you with a club, you bonk me with a glove, I bonk you. There was a lot going on, and so
I think there was a Sly Flourish article that suggested like good combat contains a number of things, and those are usually like a terrain and something going on outside of like just straight hit the person. Like those are some good elements that you can throw in there. And so like the layout of this particular area was great. Like there was a lot of different stuff we could do there.
Yeah, the map
Definitely.
made for me, the map was like way more interesting for this kind of combat than I would have had other circumstances, minus the slight tactical oops of letting the two spellcasters walk into you guys. And it was like, oh, oops. I don't think our next major combat is going to be nearly as interesting, but we're going to have a lot more bodies in it. Because if everyone is here, that's going to be 7 PCs plus Rainier versus whoever you're up against. Liz is technically unavailable next week, but I'm going to lean on her to say she should try to be here because I think she's going to have fun. So we'll see what happens. But that's our next session, and it will be the last session.
It's the season finale.
It's the finale of Waterdeep Dragon Heist in the winter season. Which I will remind everybody, if you're having fun watching this game or listening to it or however you're consuming this, Waterdeep Dragon Heist is published with 4 different adventures for the second half of it, depending on what season you choose to be in. And you can replay this with another group. Once you get past a certain point in the story, it's like, who knows what's going to happen, because it's completely different. And I'm a little bit geeked for the idea of running this again sometime. Not going to lie. We may even pick up after the Troll Skull part, just because Troll Skull is already established. The Troll Skull's irregulars have rebuilt Troll Skull Manor. And that's just how it's going to have to be. We're going to have to start a little bit deeper into the adventure. So coming back around the table, who are you? Where do we find you if we find you on the interwebs? And what was your star moment of the night? And we're going to start with Ari.
I'm Akiori. I was playing as Sharkira. You can find me on Twitch Wednesdays and Fridays. My star of the night was GB pulling out the F-bomb.
The F-bomb? You like the F-bomb out of to bring the F-bomb back next time. Okay.
That, and I don't know what words you said, but you were in combat and you
said, snick.
Thank you. Yeah. Just had nothing and whoop. He was just prepared to go. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cool. Malik.
Hey, I'm Paul, aka Malik. You can find me on Twitter and the link that was just posted. Played Drewmere Greyblade, Wealth Acquisition Extraordinaire. Wealth Acquisition Dwarf Extraordinaire. For me, the star of the night was the Spectre. The spooky mood that was created as we went in and things were starting to creep out a little bit, and then he just appears and we're all like, hey buddy, what's going on? And then he's just like, all right, you can go. Here's a riddle, and we're all like, what? We're sitting here petrified to death, and he's like, answer my riddle, and we're just like,
yeah. And then we answered it, and then it was like, but we answered the first one, and then it was this mic drop where he's goes into a second riddle. We're like, how many of these things are there? Wait a minute.
It's good. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. Arwen?
I'm Arwen. I was playing Chrysanthemum tonight, and I hang out on Instagram. You can find my handle in there. That was just such a fun combat. Like you said, there was a lot going on and a lot of different places to hide. I felt like I got a couple of really good moments with some good rolls, which kind of lived up to my class there. I just felt like tonight was all combat, but really well-rounded combat. I also liked the warning sign at the beginning of the cemetery that almost had us turning the other way and then didn't end up really having any teeth behind it. That would have been so funny if we'd been like, well, let's just circumvent, and Rob's just like, there's not actually anything there. Now we have to go do a whole thing.
Nope. I had plans.
Okay.
Because this gang was going to find you. That was going to happen wherever it did. I have maps for streets. I have maps for taverns. I have maps for we would have had a short break, and then there would have been a brawl.
There we go.
I got you covered. All right,
that
Greybeard.
Was just fun combat.
Greybeard Tavern. I'm Greybeard Tavern everywhere, Instagram and Twitter and all that. I played Clarton, the Arcane Archer. I love this character. I have decided that D&D is correct. Arcane Archer is way subpar. It's a really, really bad fighter. But like I said, I love this character, so I'm gonna keep with it. I think I want to give Arwen and Chrysanthemum the clutch MVP because it was like back forth. I have to tank and heal you guys, and say, without her, we would have been done. We would have just been done. I mean, I would have burned to death. I would have been frozen in the hallway forever and melted. And she tanked for the wizard. She tanked for the rogue. It just very, very good play. That's the way. That's the cleric you want on your team. So awesome.
It was a good night. I felt very useful.
Yeah, you rocked it.
Thank you.
Nice. And my name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I am here Sunday, Wednesday nights for Dungeons and Dragons at 7 p.m. My next game of D&D is this coming Wednesday, where we're going to continue with the Convergence. We left off also mid-epic combat, and it's kind of hit this like they're finishing a side quest, but they're at the end of the side quest, which is really fun. And then Saturday, I'm going to start plugging it now. We're going to have Lenarius, we're going to have Enceladus, Barely Molly and Tiffany are back because we got our Candlekeep crew together to play on Saturday afternoon. And so I'm really geeked. And we might even have another session after that because we have my multiple time zone game is currently in brainstorming phase. I was browbeat into running another game, and I was like, okay, I can do that, but it's gonna be a book adventure. And then I saw a TikTok, and I went, never mind, I have my story. And
book adventures can be just about as much work.
Yeah.
Experience.
Well, that's why we're gonna have a brainstorming session. I'm not writing any of the world or anything. I'm like, okay, you all figure all of this crap out. I am the NPCs when you go where you say you want to go. That's it.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm doing as minimal work as I can get away with, because it's meant to be like a beer and pretzels kind of game. So we'll see. I don't know if that starts Saturday because I'm still not entirely sure what we figured out for timings, because I'm not in charge of that stuff. Okay, so let's see who I know that's currently on and still going. Wow, she's back at the table again. That can't be right. Sometimes my raid button brings up people that are not actually still online. And I'm not going to raid into a channel that's currently like dead. I have a little bit of pride. So I think what we're going to do... Oh, how far in are they? They're only an hour and a half in. Okay, you know what? Since we've got Graybeard here, I'm going to send you off to a mutual friend of ours. Mutual friend also of Malik's. LB Hackemup is currently running Masks, Heroes in Training, episode 9. So we're going to head over to her channel in order to... Eric, do you want to guide the raid? Hold on. If Eric's guiding the raid, we're going to go there. Always check your raid targets. Yep. Crap. Well, it's a good thing we did, because after all that build up, she's in a BRB. And they play hard over there, so they definitely, yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Eric, we're going to just double check to make sure they are up and everything, because again, always check your raid targets. Ooh, he's going retro. Oh, he is going retro. Wow. Jade Empire Special Edition.
Okay. I haven't played.
Professor of Nerdy Stuff. This should be fun. Tell him we said hello. Give him all of the love. And yeah, and that's where we're at. We're gonna be calling. I'm gonna spend some time debriefing with my players, and we will see you all at the next get together. Until then, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, remember, tip your waitstaff well. And if you're getting your own drinks, that doesn't change it. You deserve to be treated well too. Till then, peace.